Good morning, students. Today our topic is software, and in this lecture we will going to discuss about system software. As we know that software are of two types: system software and application software. So, what is a software? Software represents a set of programs that govern the operation of a computer system and makes the hardware run. And software can be classified into two basic categories: system software and the application software. So these are the two basic categories of a software. And system is nothing but, only in simple words we can say that system is a collection of different programs. And what is a program? Program is a collection of instructions, and the use of the software is to run computer systems and run hardwares and make the hardware runs. So that is the purpose of software. So what is system software? As the name suggests, system software. So computer is also considered as a system. So using computer system as a entity, we can say that those software which are required to run computer as a system are called the system software in simple words. But we can also say that system software refers to the program that control internal computer operations and make best uses of the hardware. That is the purpose of the system software. And the system software can be further be classified into four basic categories. These are operating systems, language processor, utilities or utility software, and fourth one is device drivers. So these are the four different types of system softwares. So system software can be categorized into four basic categories: operating system, whatever be the Windows or Linux, these all are the operating systems. Language processor are also called as a system processor, such as compiler, interpreter, and assembler. Utility softwares are also called as system softwares, such as any antivirus or device driver. The software which are used to install any hardware are also called as the system softwares. Now our first topic is operating system. So what is an operating system? Basically, an operating system is a program or a software or a set of program, we can say that, which act as an interface between a user and the hardware. So it is the simplest definition of the operating system and the oldest definition of operating system also. That operating system is nothing but only the interface between a user and a hardware. It's called the operating systems. And there are some examples of the operating systems: uh, MS Windows, and in mobile smartphones we can also use Android as a operating systems. So these are the different operating systems. As we know that MS Windows, Microsoft Windows, Mac operating system, Linux, Android, CentOS, Ubuntu. So these are the types of different operating systems here. And so operating system is nothing but only the interface between the user and the hardware. If we want to use the hardware, then we cannot use it directly. We want operating system, and using the operating system we can uh, interact with hardware parts of a computer system. Without it, or without operating system, we cannot interact with hardware. So we can say that operating system is nothing but only the interface between the user and the hardware. And this is the diagram of an operating system. Operating system is a chapter in your syllabus also, but here, as the topic is system software and operating system is a part of system software, that's why we study here. And in detail we will study operating system in a chapter operating systems. So this is the diagram you can see here. And when we say that operating system is the interface between the user and the hardware, then we can then this diagram explain this concept. You can see that this is the hardware system at the bottom line, and here the user, here the user. And between these we can see that there are two types of software. First of all, application system software and the operating system, application software and application system. Now you can see that this is operating system, and that is the, you can easily see that user and the hardware system. So we can conclude it as operating system as work as an intermediary between the hardware system or the user, or we can say that it is an interface between the hardware and the user, or we can also say that it is an interface between the hardware and the application software. So the concept is, if user want to do any work in computer system, then he or she required application software. Without it, it cannot be possible that he directly interact, or he directly interact with computer systems, or he can work. If suppose if he or she wants if he or she wants to write a letter or work in Excel sheet, or listen want to listen to music, then for this purpose he or she required application software, whether it is MS Office, whether it is VLC player, or whatever. These all are the types of application software. But these application software cannot work until and unless there is an operating system. Means, in simple word, MS Windows. And MS Windows works only if there are if there are hardwares, or if there is no hardware at all, then operating system is useless. Suppose if there is no hard disk, if there is no RAM, if there is no processor, then operating system cannot work. So this is the simplest definition and simplest we can see the diagram of an operating system, by which we can understand the functionality of an operating system, that how it play a role in a computer system. So overall we can say that operating system work as an interface between the user and the hardware, or we can also show that it is an interface between the application software and the hardware system. So this is the simplest definition and the simplest logic of an operating system software using this diagram. And if operating system is asked in your examination, first of all write the definition of the operating system and then write that diagram: user, application software, operating system, and the system hardware. And you can easily see that there is arrow in both of the direction, upward and in downward direction. And why it is so here? Because user can give instruction to application software, and also get data from application software also. And same is happening here. There is a two-way traffic between application software and operating system software here, and it is also there between the operating system software and hardware system. So that is a diagram of an operating system. We show its functionality also. So we can say that here the definition, you can easily see that operating system is a program, or we can say that a set of programs here, which is more correct, I think. So operating system is a program or a set of program, and set of program, as we know, that is also called as a software. So operating system is a system software which act as an interface between a user and the hardware. So operating system is a system software which acts as an interface between a user and the hardware. So you can see that it acts as an interface between the user and the hardware here, using this diagram. So now let us take another topic: operating system functions. Different types of functions of an operating system. As I told you earlier, that operating system is a separate chapter in your syllabus, but here, since we discuss it as a part of system software, so the some brief discussion is about there. So operating system functions. So there are different functions: memory management. All work regarding to the memory or related to the management of memory will be done by operating system. Resource manager, different resources available within the computer systems, and the use of and the proper use of them is also decided by an operating system. Then is security management. If you want to provide a password to your computer system, and this will also possible using an operating systems. Next is command interpreter. When the user gives a command, then it interpret into a machine understandable language. It means human understandable forms to machine understandable form, and machine understandable form to human understandable form. So this type of work is done by operating system also. And as you know that in computer system, everything is recorded in the terms of files. So operating system work as a file management also, and it also manage different input and output devices. So these are all different functions of an operating system. So in short, we can say that it works as a memory management, resource management, security management, command interpreter, file management, and input output management. These are the different management done by an operating system in our computer systems, and these are the different functions of an operating systems. So our next topic is, after operating system, is language processor. As the name suggests that language processor. So it is a processor regarding to a language. It means there are two types of language: high level language and low level language. When we talk about high level language, we talk about C, C++, Java, Python. These all are the high level language. And what is machine language? A language that machine can understand directly. It means in the forms of zeros and one. And there is another language called the middle level language also, but here there is no use of it. So let us talk about high level language and high level language and low level language. So a language processor is a processor which convert high level language code, that is also called as source code, into machine level language code, means into 0 and 1. So that is the role of language processor. So what is the language processor? Actually, a language processor is a special type of system software. So first of all, it is a system software that has the capability to translate the source code or program code into machine code. So language processor are those system software which translate the source code or program code into machine code. And there are three different types of processor or language processor. These are compiler, assembler, and interpreter. And the most important question regarding this is, what is the difference between compiler and interpreter? This is asked in so many number of times in our examination. So there are three different types of language processor: compiler, assembler, and interpreter. So let us take them one by one. This is all about compiler. You can easily see here. What is compiler? It is a software that translates source code into object code as a whole, one at a time. So here compiler don't convert source code directly into machine code, but it convert first of all source code into object code, and then object code can be converted into a machine code. So that is the role of the compiler. So it is a system software that translates source code into object code. This is a very important point. Source code into object code, and that object code is then converted into a machine code. And as a whole, and at one time, it's if there are 10 line in a program, then then the use of the compiler is to convert all these 10 lines into object code at a time. And it is faster than interpreter we will discuss later on. So when there is a comparison between compiler and interpreter, both work actually both works on high level language, both of compiler and interpreter. But there is a difference between compiler and interpreter here, that compiler is much more faster than the interpreter. And first thing regarding to the compiler, as we know that compiler is a system software that translates source code into object code as a whole, and one at a time, as a whole, one at a time. It means the whole source code can be converted into into object code at a single time. And third point is, it belongs to the high level language. So high level language can be converted into a low level language using compiler, and compiler detects syntax error at the time of the compilation. Syntax error means the error related to the grammar of that particular language. So compiler detects syntax error at the time of compilation. So first of suppose that there is a termination sign and the sign is called a semicolon. So most of the programming language use semicolon as a terminator. Means if we want to put if we put semicolon after a statement, then it means that that statement is terminated and that point of time. And if we don't put a semicolon and write another statement after that, then it will show you an error, and that type of error is called the syntax error. Okay, so compiler detects syntax error at the time of compilation. So there are so many types of errors in syntax errors in program, which is related to the grammatical rules or the syntax whatever is the design for the programming language. So compiler detects syntax error at the time of compilation. At the when compiler compiles source code into object code, then it shows syntax errors, and it also helps the user program to locate the line containing error. So it also translate or help it also helps the user or programmers to locate the line containing error. So it tells the user that this line contain an error, and it is difficult for compiler to detect error. uh, detect error detection is difficult for compiler, and when an error occurs in the program, it stops its translation, and after removing error, whole program is translated again. So when there are suppose 10 errors, and if you want to execute that program, so first of all you have to remove all these 10 errors in the program. Only after that program will get executed again or translate again into into object code, and it produce object code. Of course, compile it translate the source code into object code, and that object code is further converted into machine code. So that is the main points regarding to the compiler. So there are three important points regarding to compiler. First of all, compiler converts source code into object code. Then it belongs to the high level language code, and it shows you a syntax error at the time of the compilation. And last important thing is that if an error occurs in the program, it stop its translation, and after removing error, whole program is translated again. Next is interpreter. This is a more this is similar to the compiler. It means it also convert high level language code to machine level language code, but there are two differences when we compare compiler to interpreter. First of all, this language processor convert a high level language code, also called as HLL in short, programs into machine language code by converting and executing line by line. So it convert and execute the program line by line, means not whole program at a one time as in the case of compiler. It convert and execute the program line by line, means one line at a time. If there is an error in this line, then that line will not execute it at all, and until and unless we don't remove that unless we remove that error in that program or in that line, and after that second line will get executed, and after that third line will get executed. It means it considered a program or execution of program as line by line, one line at a time. So if there is an any error in any line, it reports it at the same time, and program execution cannot be resumed until the error is rectified. That is the most important point regarding to interpreter, that if there is any error in any line, it reports it at the same time, and the program execution cannot resume until the error is rectified. And uh, third important point regarding to interpreter is it directly convert the source code into machine understandable code. It means 0 and 1. So no object code is required as far as interpreter is concerned. Next is assembler. Assembler is related to assembly language. First of all, we have to understand term assembly language. What is assembly language? Assembly language is a language in which code is written in the terms of symbols, also called as mnemonics. So these symbols are basically used to in assembly language. And as you know that all computer understand only 0 and 1, so these symbols again can be converted into machine understandable form, means 0 and 1. Only after that a program will get successfully executed. For that purpose, there is a language processor called assembler, which convert the assembly language into machine understandable format, that means machine code. So this language processor convert the program written in assembly language into machine language. And always remember that in assembly language, program is written in the forms of symbols. So that is the difference between interpreter and compiler, and asked in examination most of the time. So three differences are here. First is regarding to interpreter, it translates program one statement at a time, while compiler it scans the entire program and translate it as a whole into a machine code. And it takes for interpreter it takes less amount of time to analyze the source code, but the overall execution time is slower. But compiler is much faster than that of the interpreter, so it takes large amount of time to analyze the source code, but the overall execution time is comparatively faster. So execution time is comparatively faster of compiler in comparison to interpreter. And third difference is no intermediate object code is generated here. That is a basic difference between interpreter and compiler, that there is no object code generated in uh, interpreter. So no intermediate object code is generated, hence are memory efficient, and generates an intermediate object code which further required linking, hence required more memory. So in compiler there is a generation of intermediate object code here. So these are the three difference between interpreter and compiler. So we can conclude it as, first of all, translate converts program one statement at a time, while compiler converts into machine level machine code as a whole or as a single unit. Consider it as a single unit or in one go. So second difference is execution time of compiler is much more faster than that of the interpreter. And third difference is the most important difference, is that uh, in compiler there is a intermediate code called the object code, but in interpreter there is no intermediate codes that object code generated. So they are memory efficient. So these are the three important difference between interpreter and the compiler. Our next topic is utility program. So a utility program is also called as utility, is a type of system software that allows a user to perform maintenance type tasks. Remember that these are used for maintenance type tasks. Usually related to managing a computer, its devices or its program. So utility programs are built into many operating systems or can be purchased separately. So there are two important things regarding to utility program. First of all, they are used to perform maintenance type tasks, and second thing is that they are built into many operating system or they can be purchased separately. And let us see different types of utility program. There are file compression tool. So these are the types of system software also, and found in the category of utility program. So what is the role of file compression tool? It basically reduces the size of a file, means they compress the file. File compress tools compress the file and takes up less storage than the original file. So these are the this is the role of file compress tool. Then antivirus program. Antivirus programs are also called the utility program because their work is to maintain a computer system. So they protect a computer against virus by identifying and removing any computer virus found in memory, storage media, or incoming files. So these are the rule of antivirus. Then spyware remover. These are the programs that detect and delete spyware and other similar program. Next is disk fragmenter. So these are the programs that recognize the file and unused space on a computer hard disk so that operating system access data more quickly and program runs faster. Next is backup and restore utility. So backup utility allows user to copy selected files to another storage medium and restore utility reserve the backup process and returns backup files to their original forms. So all these are the utility program, and most common utility program is antivirus program. All the antivirus program are the part of utility program, and utility program is a part of system software. File compression tools are used to compress the file. Spyware remover basically remove the spyware in your computer system. Disk fragmenter basically use to reorganize the file or a disk. And backup and restore utilities program used for take backup of a file in a computer system and restore the files in the original form. These are the utility program. um, Out of these utility programs, some of them are the part of, or maybe the part of your operating system, and you can purchase them separately also. So they are called the utility program, and these are the part of system software. Next is device driver. So what is a device driver? This type of software control particular hardware which is essentially attached to the system. So these are software that control particular hardware, and these hardware attached to our computer system. And few of the example of such drivers are print driver, sound card driver, and VGA drivers. So these are the device drivers, and the most common example of first one, let us take the first one, printer driver. If you want to connect a printer to your computer system, then first of all put proper connection to a printer, proper connection of a printer to your computer system, and then after a printer can only work if and only if the driver of that printer will be installed in your computer system. If the driver is not installed in your computer system, then printer will not work at all. So to and another example is sound card driver. So if you don't install sound card driver, and so there may be a possibility that you cannot able to um, found sound in your computer system. So sound card driver, using sound card driver, you can able to listen a sound in a computer system. And such as VGA drivers, using VGA drivers, there is a proper display in a computer system. So every hardware device, every hardware part comes with its driver. The driver is a part which are very useful to run that hardware properly. So these are called the device drivers, and device drivers are also called as the system software. So these are the different types of system softwares. So uh, let us take a quick revision of this. Here in this lecture we already discussed system software. So there are four important types of system software: operating system, language processor, utility software, and device driver. Operating system is an interface between the user and the hardware. These are the different types of operating system. Operating system are used in PC or as well as in smartphones or simple mobiles also. And as the definition says that it is act as an interface between the user and the hardware. You can easily see that this is user, this is hardware, and operating system is here. Work as an interface between user and hardware. And different types of works of operating system: memory management, resource management, security management, command interpreter, file management, and input output management. What is language processor? That convert high level language into machine code, HLN into machine code. And there are three types of language processor there: compiler, assembler, and interpreter. Compiler basically converts source code into object code at a one time, and if there is an error, it detects syntax error at the time of compilation. And always remember that it converts whole at a one time. So in case of interpreter, this is convert the machine level, and this also convert high level language to machine level, convert machine language by converting and executing line by line. So it convert HHL code into machine code line by line. And assembler basically used to convert assembly language into machine understandable code or machine code. And the basic difference between interpreter and compiler is that in compiler, translate HHL or high level language code as a whole into a machine code, but in interpreter it convert line by line. And second thing is compiler convert high level language code into object code and then machine code, but in interpreter there is no object code, and compiler is much more faster than compared to interpreter. Utility programs are the programs or the system software that allows us to perform maintenance type tasks, or such as we can say that housekeeping tasks. And these are file compress tools, antivirus program is most important utility program, software remover, disk fragment, spyware remover. Spyware remover basically used to remove the spyware or such similar programs in a computer system. Backup and recovery, backup and restore utility programs. These all are the utility program. They may be the part of operating system or you can purchase them separately. And last is device driver. Device driver are the type of software that control particular hardware, which is essential to the system. So all hardware comes with their drivers, and they can perform only if their drivers properly installed in a computer system. So these are the all about system software. In our next video we will discuss about different types of application softwares, and the concept of firmware and the concept of booting also. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you like this video.